did yesterday night. I was just so busy with back-to-back with the work presentation, but what I'm going to cover today is Salesforce Force.com platform. So before I do that, how many people know what Salesforce is? All right, what it is?
It's a big app for my companies to manage all its data and workflow and a platform there.
Okay.
CRM application that's online.
Okay.
I would say the same. Yeah.
Right.
Like CRM.
Yeah, so that's one of the problems with the Salesforce. Oh, let me just go to the next slide and then I will start. So I'm a Salesforce employee, so being a Salesforce employee, I need to talk about this. That is a forward-looking statement. Please don't make purchasing decision based on what I talk today. Please make your purchasing decision based on what is GA functionality available. That's the only thing I need to cover from the legal perspective, right? And now, a little bit about me, then we'll go back to the question about the Salesforce. So my name is Kashi Ahmed. It's like a cereal, Kashi cereal. You go to the Walmart, anyone you can see, that's how it is pronounced. I've been in the industry almost for 16 years. I was fortunate enough to work on many platforms, Sybase, PeopleSoft, .NET, Java, Oracle, and all those. That's my technical background. I consider myself entrepreneur and technology evangelist. I'm very passionate about Salesforce. Before joining Salesforce, I was working for Thomson Reuters, and I was co-leading the developer user group for Salesforce in Minnesota, and I founded the partner user group for Salesforce in Minnesota. And I'm pretty active in the Salesforce user group, admin user group in Minnesota, which you won't believe, it is the largest user group in the world in Minnesota. The highest attended user group for Salesforce is Minnesota. We have 300 plus attendees coming to every quarter for Salesforce admin user group. And when I'm not working, what do? I got 3 kids. So this is still old picture when I had 2 boys. We just had last year one. So 3 boys, like photography, I play badminton, read about technology, that's my passion. My own website where I try to blog and do all those. What I'm going to cover today is the overview about Salesforce, what Salesforce is, to give you a little bit, information. Then go into the development platform because this is the DevCon, right? So I will focus on more development related stuff, but also give you the story why it is different from the platform perspective. I will also go and do some demos, show you how to actually build an app in Salesforce platform within 10-15 minutes and have it mobile and show you how it works for the enterprise app. Then I'll talk about a lot of other development stuff. So bear with me, it's a lot of content. Usually we cover the content in a whole day workshop. I'm trying to concise that within an hour. So feel free to ask questions if I want it to be interactive. So I'll give you a Salesforce pen for the right answer. I forgot your name, sorry. Duncan. Duncan, there you go. So Salesforce, CRM, right? So that's the misconception because we started as a CRM company. Our ticker symbol is CRM, right? So everybody takes Salesforce as a CRM company. But we are more than that. It started as a CRM company, and we had our Sales Cloud, Service Cloud to manage your CRM, customer relationship management, and service management. Then we got Marketing Cloud. But all of that actually built on the platform, as a technology platform, and as a platform company, which actually our apps happens to build on the same platform. And a lot of our enterprise customers are actually building their own apps on that. So that's, I just wanted to tell you what is Salesforce. And there's a short video about cloud computing that actually set the really good background context what the industry is doing and where we are right now. It is a good introduction to get to all the slides that we have.
You have big ideas to streamline your business and drive sales through the roof. But to get there, your ideas need business apps. And business apps have always been too expensive.
No, it's too fast, right?
Behind each one is a world of complexity. They need a data center, office space, power.
Just pay attention what they're talking because I'm going to relate everything to this.
A complicated software stack, and a team of experts to install, configure, and run them. You need development, testing, staging, production, failover environments. And when there's a problem, good luck. You call technical support, they don't know, so they blame someone else. Oh, and when new versions come out, you would upgrade, but that might bring departments aren't getting the apps they need. Small businesses don't have a chance. Cloud computing is a better way to run your business. Instead of running your apps yourself, they run on a shared data set. You just plug in, like a utility. This makes it fast to get started and costs less. It's like Gmail compared to Microsoft Exchange. With Gmail, do you need servers and storage? No. Do you need a technical team to keep it up and running? No. Do you have to do upgrades? No. When you use any app that runs in the cloud, you just log in, customize it, and start using it. That's the power of cloud computing. This model is so much better, it's changing the way we think about software. Not just for consumer apps, it's also being used for business apps. We call this enterprise cloud computing. Businesses are running all kinds of apps in the cloud these days, including custom-built apps. Why? Because you can be up and running in a few days, which is unheard of with traditional business software. They cost less because you don't need to pay for all the people, products, facilities to run them. And it turns out they're more scalable, more secure, and are more reliable than the vast majority of apps out there. Here's why. They're based on an architecture called multi-tenancy. With a multi-tenant app, there isn't a copy of the app for each business that's using it. It's one app that everyone shares. But it's flexible enough for everyone to customize for their specific needs. It's like a giant office building where everyone shares the infrastructure and service.
I'm gonna pause here. What did you hear so far?
Cloud is great.
So what they have been talking in the whole video, that technology and the industry is changing, right? We used to buy the hardware and the software, host it, then the upgrade comes, and we are going through all the testing, regression testing, and it takes a lot of time, right? And now, the example it gave, like Microsoft versus the Gmail. Do you need any upgrade in Gmail? That new feature comes, do you need to do anything? Do you have any hardware, software that you're installing Gmail? No, right? People are storing things in the cloud, and the key secret sauce for this is multi-tenancy that Salesforce introduced. It's more like this giant office building that they're talking about. But in that, actually, the Salesforce is in the business of building this entire building. So, and each building has an office, which someone rents, which is an organization, a company. So that is your own office, right? Within that office, how many employees you keep is yours, right? So it means how many users you will have in that organization. That's for you. You want to paint one wall green, one yellow, one brown, whatever you want to do, right? That's your office, you do that. That's the customization that you can do in your own environment. But when the new security gate, security alarm we need to install, company doesn't need to do anything because Salesforce will install the new security system for the entire building. So let's say you had a customer like GE or Coke or any other bigger customer, right? And they have, and also you have a customer who are like two entrepreneurs sitting in the garage, right? They're hosting the same. They cannot afford to have the top-notch security, right, for their product. But because of being in the cloud and multi-tenant environment, Salesforce have to upgrade the security and plumbing of this old building because of the bigger customer. So what happens? All the customers get benefits of this. The upgrade comes to everyone because it's the same hardware, same data center, same application everybody is using. Everybody has their own instance, which is like their own office to use it. So that's the point I wanted to highlight there in this video.
Like security, and each business can customize their own office space. This means apps are elastic. They can scale up to tens of thousands of users or down to only a few. Upgrades are taken care of for you, so your apps get security and performance enhancements and new features automatically. Now, the way you pay for cloud apps is also different. Forget about buying servers and software. Your apps run in the cloud, you don't buy anything at all. It's all rolled up into a predictable monthly subscription, so you only pay for what you use. Finally, cloud apps don't eat up your valuable IT resources, so your CFO will love it, and you can focus on projects that really impact the business, like deploying more apps. Cloud computing is a simple idea, but it can have a huge impact on your bottom line. For more information, go to salesforce.com/cloudcomputing.
That's just the intro, how the industry is changing and what is cloud computing, right? So if you see, back in 90s, we were having terminal, mainframes, take client and all those. Then the industry changed. We got laptop, we got server, we got LAN and WAN. Then now everybody's talking about Internet of Things, right? The device is talking to the computer and having the data and knowing more about your customer. So industry is changing with a rapid speed, and with that, one of the research that Wall Street did, that how app industry is revolutionizing the entire, the masses. Uber is the same example. How many people have used Uber in Minnesota? Right? I go to San Francisco a lot of times. To be honest, I don't go to taxi anymore. I just have my phone pick up, and that's how Uber is disrupting. It's all mobile, right? The mobile has become the first, like every big company, their strategy is becoming mobile first, right? Because that's where all their customers are. How many people have smartphones here? See? You can see that everybody has a smartphone, right? But if you expect there is an app for something, right? Then you can just take care of your phone. So that's how the industry is changing. And what we realize as Salesforce, the traditional model that we used to do is, you have infrastructure, right? Maybe it has a pointer, right? Yeah. We do the infrastructure, we have the governance, then we focus on innovation. But what happened, most of our time, if you are a developer and working in any corporation, we keep the wheels on, right? Getting the production running and making sure nothing breaks. That's where we work on, right? The network, the hardware, the software, and all those. Salesforce, when we release our platform, we kind of reverse this triangle. So let's focus on innovation and don't worry about the infrastructure and all those. And if they are in the cloud, you don't have to worry about it. That's what the video is talking about. You have more per subscription, monthly subscription model where you just pay them for the amount that you use, and someone else is taking care of that. So it gives you more time to focus on innovation on your platform. The reason I'm building all this to give you the value proposition that when you're working in Java, .NET, or any other platform, why use AppCloud? Right? Why do you want to use the Salesforce AppCloud or sports.com, right? So just few statistics that Gartner has placed as a CRM company. We were already on the top. As a customer engagement, we were on the top. Recently, Gartner has placed Salesforce at the top on application platform as a service. So Amazon AWS, what it is?
Amazon Web Services.
It's a platform as a service. Right? They provide you the platform as a service. You run AWS resources and you do that. Gartner has created a new category called application platform as a service, where you can start developing your application and use it as a service. That's where they put Microsoft Azure. It's another example, right? And there is a challenge in the current market. This is another research was done that the amount of app demand that is coming from the business, the things that the business want to innovate and run their business, and the speed that IT can deliver those things, there's a big gap in there. Because for any reason, I now have a slide where I'll talk about why does it take that much time for the IT to develop those apps. Why can't we develop the app faster and meet the business need? And so there's a 5-to-1 gap between those. And another problem that exists, and you might relate to this, that we have a lot of silos in our companies, right? That every team, every department is working, and sales doesn't know what marketing is doing, marketing doesn't know what service is doing, and our customer, poor customer, he's expecting a very connected experience, right? How many have called the T-Mobile Sprint or any support line, and you have to repeat it yourself and give your information again when they transfer you to another representative? Isn't that painful, right? So that's what we're trying to solve. That's the problem we're trying to solve, to have the connected experience. So what we need to do, have a platform that actually provides a connected experience across the customer journey. Whether he's talking to service, sales, or within service, he's transferring from one account to another account, we want a connected experience. So have a rich user experience. So we want to be customer focused, right? To have our customer happy. So that's when Salesforce platform comes in. The video was talking about some of these elements which are listed on this slide. That we are multi-tenant cloud architecture. So a lot of people say cloud is the term that is misused a lot. Someone is running virtual machines, right? And they say I'm cloud, multi-tenant, right? I'm going to have different hardware running different customers there. They say we are cloud. In our case, when we call in multi-tenant, everyone, every single customer using the same hardware, software, and the platform, and we have an agility layer on top of that. That is a metadata-driven layer. Which actually, at runtime, we understand, oh, it is you, customer A, who is requesting the data, so we go and only get the data for you, customer B, and we get the data for you. It's all stored in the same database, right? And it's a flat file, it's HDSF, flat data file system, right? We store all the things there. We put an agility layer on top of that that makes sense of all the relation between the data and the customer. We do 3 releases per year. Anyone who have gone through the upgrade cycle, SAP, Oracle, anyone, how long this takes? You have to do a lot of regression testing. Salesforce does the 3 releases per year. And guess how much time does it take to push a release, and I'll give you this cool figure, to push a release to all of its customers. We have 150,000 customers, and we do 3 releases per year. How much time does it take? I'm close, come on.
Days, matter of days.
Minutes. Calculate, how many? How many? No, not 10, not 1, in between.
30 minutes.
5.
Wow.
5 minutes, and one of our release had 200 features in there. 200 features. And we pushed that all release to all of our customers within a matter of 5 minutes. And because it is metadata driven, that's why we were able to do that. Because it doesn't break anything. And I'll talk about details about that, why it doesn't break anything, and all those. So what is AppCloud? AppCloud is our platform offering, apart from sales, service, marketing. Those are the products that we have. But all of those products are built on the platform. And we have a platform and multiple platforms, but Force.com is one of them. Heroku, if you are building any employee-facing app, internal, we recommend our Force.com platform. If you are doing any consumer-facing app like Macy's and you have e-commerce, we recommend Heroku. We have our Lightning, which is point and click, where you drag and drop, you can build the app lightning fast. And we have our IoT platform as well. And it gives you a connected experience for building enterprise apps. I will go into more details of this for what is AppCloud. And we have an app exchange. How many knows the App Store? Down App Store, Play Store, right? So there's a really good story about App Exchange that we have. Mark Benioff, which is our CEO, and Steve Jobs, the kind of friends that were working. And Mark Benioff came up with the name App Store first. And he had it, right? And then he and Steve talked, and Steve said, I want this name, right? So Mark Benioff gifted that name to Steve Jobs for the App Store. And he said, I'll focus on consumer, you focus on B2B. And then Mark Benioff have the name App Exchange, which is enterprise app exchange for us. It's like App Store, where you can build the apps and launch the apps and do this. All the apps which are running on our platform, they are API first. Means anything that you build on the platform, you can access that with the API. And it's already out of the box mobile. Now I'll go into more detail. Anything that I build, I will build one, and I will open the phone or emulator, and I'll show you it's out of the box mobile. We have native container for iOS and Android, both of them, and it just works.
So one question actually.
Sure.
So any apps that we build, I remember you brought up the scenario saying that the releases are 5-minute releases, and you do regression testing, right?
We do.
Yeah.
So when anything that you build, one of the requirement is you have to have 75% test coverage. Otherwise, you don't publish. And when we run our release, we actually run the test case for all the customers.
That's where I was going actually. So if customers build some apps, does your regression test cover the app, or is it just the features that you build?
We run all the tests that you would have for your app as well.
Oh.
So you have to have the app test classes and tests run for your app and at least have 75% coverage.
So part of that app building, we need to give some sort of coverage for testing too.
Right. It has to be minimum 75%.
Last speaker forgot something. Is there
No, that one? Okay, no problem.
So looks like you put some governance in place for that?
Sorry?
You put some governance in place for that, for the
Yes.
apps that are being developed?
Yep. So let's talk about Force.com. What Force.com is. So it's a platform where you can create all the enterprise apps. You can even do integration with other systems, and it's very point and click. How many Java developers in there? In the how many .NET? So I will show you how we have our own proprietary language called Apex. It's very similar to Java and .NET, object-oriented. The syntax and the learning curve is very less when you do that. In the interest of time, this is a good slide I want to talk about before I go there. So what I was saying, multi-tenant, right? Where all the customer and every single customer is on the same platform. It's a single code base shared with every customer. We do 3 releases per year. So far we have 48. There are 2 million pages. These are some statistics, how much code has been written on our platform. And when we do these releases, one of the things is, nothing breaks. That's the beauty. All of your code, all of your customization remain intact. It doesn't break. And when we release new features in the releases, you got everything on the platform that you have a choice to first test it, enable those particular features in your sandbox, in your stages, and then enable in your production. That's the beauty of this. The reason we are able to do this because it's a metadata-based driven. We are not changing anything in your code or anything. We are on the agility layer, the metadata layer, we are saying these are the new features, these are the new changes coming, and it doesn't break your customization. We have APIs and all the version of the APIs work. So this is the one that I want to talk about. What you get on the Salesforce platform. So multi-tenant infrastructure, when we said, what does it give you? All the security that you need. All the backup, data recovery, backup, trust, updates and everything, right? That you get on the infrastructure level. Then we give you platform as a service. From the platform as a service, like we were saying, you got built-in dashboards, reports, you got workflow automation, right? You got the UI framework, MVC framework, right? With drag and drop, you can create your model view controllers and build apps. You can have authentication, single sign-on, all those options, two-factor authentication and everything. There is services built into the platform. So when you're developing anything, you don't have to do anything for that. If I'm doing anything in Java, I need to build all those. So download the module, or configure that, write the code to make sure everything works. These services are out of the box. Then we provide you 2 different environments to develop your app. One is declarative environments. If there are any business people or BAs, functional people in the room, so they can build the app with point and clicks. And we say almost 70 to 80% of the time, you will be able to just do the app with point and click. But there are times where you need programming, right? Where you need someone to write code or write business logic. That's where we provide you some tools where you can use the programmatic logic and build your logic there. Then on top of that, we have all our mobile services. So anything that you're building, we got mobile containers which are out of the box mobile. Then if you want to build your own mobile app, right, and get the data from Salesforce, right, we provide you mobile SDKs. Now I have slides to go over on mobile SDKs, geolocation and all those. We provide you all the data, all these services via the API that you can leverage from using our mobile SDK and build your own custom mobile app if you don't want to use Salesforce One mobile app. So there are almost, number is actually more, there are about 3,000 plus apps on our App Exchange, and 60% of them are free. And I'll show you this is in 45 or 4, I think it's more than that. 60% of them are free. Then, come on. So on all of these, they also provide you some IDEs, right? We have our built-in cloud IDE. You can use Eclipse. We have Eclipse plugin where you can use and build enterprise ready app. We do provide you different sandboxes, right, for the software life cycle development, test, QA, and all those, where you can test your code and promote to different environments. And as I mentioned, everything that we do from the integration perspective is API first. So you can integrate via REST, SOAP, bulk API, right? All those things, you can integrate to Salesforce. And some of the integration with Salesforce is just point in place. You will be surprised how quickly, without writing any code, I can connect to SAP and bring the data. I won't have time to show all that, but this is the one slide that I want you to take away from this, from the architecture, because you are all techy people, right? You will understand that. But these are the different things that you are getting out of the box on this platform. How long does it take you guys to build any, when your business says, hey, I want this particular app for my field sales people or marketing and all those, how long does it take? A week? 2 months? 3 months? It takes a long time, right? You need to talk to network guys, you need to talk to software guys, app server, web server, right? Address space, database guys, give me the SQL Server database or something else, right? That I can store. And the whole traditional cycle takes a lot of time, right? All of these services, the hardware install, and if you want to make it mobile, and you want to make it secure, and you want to make sure there are two-factor authentication, well, the time goes up and up and up by the time you do all those. And if you have a platform where all these services are given to you, it saves you a lot of time. Then you just have an idea, and you focus on building that particular app, right? And get it ready for the customer. That's where the app cloud comes in. The key sauce for app cloud is speed of execution. How fast you can get an idea and bring into reality. So I'll skim through, we have half an hour, so a lot of content. We have tools for programmers and BAs. We call them citizen developer, like someone who's sitting in the biz and technology area, who work with the business mostly. This is a customer story, USAA. One of our customers, they actually built 200 plus apps on our platform. So they have a lot of access and BB data app built in on their platform. They were able to reduce 25% of the time on this. They built different apps with the project management, time tracking, audit, and all those on our platform. And I think it happened probably within the 6 months, 200 plus apps they were able to build. And there are a lot of different apps people are building in different enterprises. These are just examples. Let's go to demo and build an app, right? All right. Is it good enough? Big enough for you guys? Right. So this is, once you go to login.salesforce.com, it will ask you for the ID and password. Once you log in, this is the interface that it brings you in, right? So in this interface, we have a couple of concepts that I want to talk to you guys, what they are. This drop down that you see, right? This is what we call it, these all that you see in the list, these are called apps. So these are the different apps I have in my org. This whole instance that you're seeing, the whole thing, this one, this is called an org. So I'm in a business building, an office, right? This is my office. I'm on that multi-tenant, this is my office, this is my org. I can have one-on manage users and do anything on this, right? From the customization perspective, I'm going to create a new app for me. What is an app? Anyone? In the Salesforce context, what is an app? You might know. No? Come on. Okay, so the app is actually the collection of objects. All these we call different tabs. The app is just, if you're a Java guy, you build an ER file or jar file. If you're a .NET guy, you build that base XML and that one package file, right? So the app is a collection of these tabs and objects and page layout. So for example, I have this account tab. On the account tab, there's an object behind it, which is a table, you can say in the traditional word, right? And this account page has this page layout, which is the view side of the model view controller, right? This is how I view. In any language, I will keep repeating that. In any platform I need to do, I need to build all that, right? I need to build the page, right? HTML or whatever I use, JSP, and all those. And it has page up. This is what it's called app. So once you're in there, let's go click on setup, and we will go and create an app right away. Okay? We'll say add an app. I'll go to the wizard in the interest of time. We'll call it DevFestMN demo. All right? So what it is going to do, here, look at it. So in this way, I'm giving it an app name, I'm giving the label. It's going to create this app here in that dropdown. It's going to create a tab for me, for that object. It's also going to create an object behind the scene for me on this. And I will say create, and now it will tell me what it did behind the scene for me. So what it did, it created an object for me, which is, you can consider as a table, which has some fields in there. It created a permission set for me, so it created a security for me also. Who should have access to this particular app and the object? A security profile is already created. I am an admin, that's why I will have access to this. But I can add different users who will have access. And I also added few different tabs in there. So I talk about these tabs. Chatter, files, reports, and dashboard are different tabs, which are default tabs that comes with it. What is Chatter? I'll look at you.
Corporate Twitter.
It's a social engagement tool for enterprise. It's a mashup of Facebook, Twitter, and all those, right? But the beauty of Chatter is in the context of data. So there's another tool which one the Microsoft uses. Remember that? Microsoft uses another tool.
Link?
No, there's one more. The bot. There's a social tool as well. But a lot of social tools, they don't know what data I'm talking about. This Chatter, I will show you that I can communicate and share information with my colleagues in the context of data, in the context of particular record. Now it get me to my app, right? So what it did behind the scene for me, I already have an app here which is called DevFestMN demo, right? It added Chatter files, reports, and dashboard tab for me. It has this list views where I can see and if I have any record in there. It has a new button called new. Now say demo test 1, let's say test 01, right? It added two fields for me. One is called name field and one is called this field, right? So let's see behind the scene what it did. I am an admin, so that's why I can go here. There's a drop down quick shortcut, and I can say, show me the object behind it. Let me see what it did behind the scene. So it created a custom object for me. It's a metadata definition of the table of the object. So when I talked about our platform is on the metadata layer, and that's the beauty, and that's why I was personally passionate about Salesforce. They have done really good job taking a layer up from the database and all those and put an agility layer on top of that. And everything that I'm doing, I'm configuring things, providing the parameters, what it is, how it is, and it works. So it created a custom object for me. It provided the name that I did, and when I mentioned it is API first, look at this API name. The DevFestMN demo _ C. _ C tells me it is a custom object that I created. So you can write a Java program, a .NET program, just call this object via the API, you will have access to it. I didn't have to do anything. It's already API enabled. It added, I have like some features if I want to have search and all those enabled on there. It added few fields here for me already. It added few fields for the audit created by who last modified and all those. It also added a field primary key kind of name field for me. And I can go and add custom fields here, if anything I need to do. So let me first do something. Let me edit this field. I'm going to make it an ID field and say demo ID, right? It will prompt me that I need to put the auto number format, DMN, and starting number 1. I made this primary kind of ID field, and now I can go and create a custom field here, right? I'll go and say, let's create a custom field. So these are the different data types that are available to you. You can select which type of field you want. You want auto number, formula, date, time, email, and all those things. So let's say our DevFestMN demo app is, let's call it as a speaker app, right? I want to know the name of the speaker, the date I'm presenting, and the room I'm presenting. Make sense? Just quick app. So I will create a field here called text. I want to create 2-3 different fields so you get the flavor, how quickly I can do all those. Now put here speaker name, right? Length is, let's say, 100. Notice this what I put here on the help text, right? Now I'm going to put it here. Please put your legal name, full name, right? Do I want to make it required or not? Is it unique or not? Is it an external ID from any other external system that I can do? Next. So I can actually, this is very good actually from the development point of view. I can control at the field level. Okay. Yeah, who can have access to this? Right? So I can control which profile have access to this particular field. I can go next. Here I'm saying, do I want to automatically put it on the page layout that we just saw? In this case, I'll say sure. Put it on the page layout. Then I'll say save. That's one way I did. I'm also going to show you another way. We have a schema builder, people who are very used to technical side. You can go to the schema builder. I will go and say, show me my custom objects, and I have my DevFestMN. This one, this is a table representation of that. I can just simply say element, and I want to do the date field here, right? Drag and drop, and say session date, right? And save it. Add it there. There are two things I wanted to show you on this and close it. Now I'll go on my DevFestMN demo object and say new. So I got the speaker name. Where's my date field? Does anybody know why I don't have a date field?
Security.
You didn't
I
add it?
created these two fields in two different ways.
You didn't add it to this main page?
Sorry?
You didn't add it to this main page?
Right. Because when I went to schema, I'm doing my schema design, right? Adding to the table, defining relationship between different objects. It's not going to help me with go automatically put on the page. I'm defining my schema right now, right? I need to manually go out and assign it to my page. But when I was using Wizard, one of the steps was, do you want me to automatically put this field on the page? And I said, sure, do it for me. I don't want to do this. So if I want to do manually, I'll just go here and say, edit layout. So I already have this page automatically built for me. So look at the power of this platform. I didn't have to do anything. I will say edit layout, and under field is my session date, right? And I'm gonna drag and drop the field probably say here, okay? And I'm gonna say save, right? Look at all the developer will know how long does it take to do this in any programming language, right? Put a date field, download some component, put a calendar component in there. It's out of the box. It's required, already there. I put the help text, put your legal name, see my help icon already is there. These are small things, but I think all the technical people will relate to it. How long does it take to do all those? So I will say, speaker name, let's say Kashi, date is today, and save it. Now I have the record there. I can attach any file. When I was talking about Cheddar, this is where I can actually either follow this particular record, so anything happen on my session and anything changes, I will get update via email and notification and everything. If I want to mention someone, let's say user, I have a demo user and say, please verify this session. That particular person will go and get the notification that this is particular record, and it will go and update it. So I covered what we need, what I can do out of the box. Now let's do the mobile part, right? What do I need to do to make it mobile? Well, good thing is I don't have to do anything. So this is an emulator. I can even open it on my iPhone if you want. But I don't want to waste any time, so let's look at that. So we have an app on iPhone and Android. It's called Salesforce One App. They are native app containers. And I log into this app, and if I go down, and what did I call it? DevFestMN demo, right?
Mm-hmm. Right up there. You just get the, go back, yep.
DevFestMN demo, right?
Yep.
That's where I, and one of the record that I created is right here. If I look into it, all my information is there. And if I want to edit it, these are the different actions I have on the mobile. I can upload the file, I can edit this and say, put my complete name, right? I can put any validation and save this. It has been saved, right? And if I go and refresh this, right here. So that's the beauty of the platform. I can put any notification, all the social aspect there. That's the power of the platform, how quickly I can build something. 5 minutes? Okay. Any questions so far? I do want to show you a couple of things. Yes?
Will this be free? Like if I go to that site, can I
Yes,
access?
so I will make sure I'll cover that.
Okay.
But I do, at the end of this, I do want you guys to go to developer.salesforce.com. You can sign up for free instance, it's never expire, and there are free training available, which actually will walk you through creating an enterprise-ready app within 5-6 hours with all the features. And I've been a Salesforce partner myself. I created 2 apps, and they are on the App Exchange, and they are customers who are using it. So from the entrepreneur perspective, from a startup perspective, that's really powerful how quickly you can do it. It's like you have a business case, you can build it and show them. This is what you can do. All right, so now, while I'm here, let me show you a couple of more things. I have another app created from the, this is all declaratively that I showed you what you can do, right? Now let's talk about a little bit more programming side, what I can do. So I have an account object, which is a default object, right? If I go and create this, I have to do this, right? I don't like it. I want a quick account. I want just 1 or 2 fields and someone be able to just create an account, and I want to create my own page with my own styling, jQuery or anything that I want to do, right? How do I do that? So I have, I will go into setup here. Actually, I'm already in setup here, probably. Yeah, so in the setup, I'll go to develop, and we call it Visual Force page. Visual Force page is like a JSP page or anything. We have our own proprietary language called Apex, which is like HTML tags that you need to use. So here I created a new page called New Account. Before that, I will show you a simple page. What is Visual Force page? Hello world, right? So I'll say edit. So I can even edit the page and right here. We have a tool called Developer Console, which is a cloud IDE. Or you can use Eclipse as well. You can use Maven Snake. There are other tools to integrate that you can do. Here, good enough for you to see. Okay. So I just declare here the Apex page. That's the block title is Hello World. My first heading is just the HTML tag, normal HTML tag that you put it. And I say this page, and I close the tags here, and I'm done. Once I save this page, let me go there and say Hello World. I just got Hello World right here. Very simple example, right? Now if I want to make some custom UI and all those things, what I did in another demo is I created a new account page to show you guys, and that's where I use a jQuery, and also we have a Lightning design system. It actually provides you the CSS and all those things for the front end that you can use. I just used those, did some styling, put some banner on top of this, and here I just put 2 fields. So look at this. I'm going to access an object, right? I'm not writing any query or anything on this. I just say account, exclamation sign, that means I'm referencing an object. How I can reference it? Because here I define I'm using the standard controller account. If you have a custom object that you build for the demo, you will say custom controller demo FastMN demo. And all the fields you can access on this. And I put 2 fields in the input, and I say save. Didn't have to do any other thing. Just call the command from the front end, and it's there. And if I say new account, the new UI that I can do. And if I go to my mobile app, you'll like it. On the mobile app, and I say, I think it was new account right here. So I will add it from the mobile, right? That demo v2, right? And just so you guys know, I am not cheating. I don't have this account here. This is the account list. You don't see this here. Dev demo 2. I'll say save. Dev demo 2. And I refresh this. Did I get it? Where is that?
Oh,
Here.
here it is.
There you go. That's the power of the platform. Done? Okay. So I will have the slides available. I have a lot of slides here which actually talks about what are the different data types we have, what is Apex, how it compares to Java, what are the similarities, what are not the similarities, what does the SQL look like in our platform. We call it simple object query language, not platforms, and I'm planning to do the demo to you, but I have like some of the mobile ones that you could do, some of the mobile framework we already support and features that we already support. But let's jump into what I want you to do at the next step is follow these on social, where you will find a lot of information on every single channel that we have, right? So connect there if you want to learn. You go to developer.salesforce.com/signup. That's where you'll find the free environment. So I have this URL. I'll post this slide deck too. Then we have a website called Trailhead. It's actually like this. Trailhead.salesforce.com. Tons of tutorials, free self-paced courses that you can take, and that will walk you through this. I'll post this slide on kashiahmed.com/DevFestMN 2006. Right? That's the URL. You might want to write it down or email me or go to my website or use any social media. I'm pretty active on those. And I'll post the slide. Any help you need, any guidance, I'll be happy to guide you. So hopefully I tried to condense a lot of material in this 1 hour. Hopefully it was helpful and give you some perspective on Salesforce platform.
Thank you.